Good morning. We are looking at severe storms in the valley, one that is potentially or could produce a tornado with a tornado warning in effect. This is our view on our Home of Economy Skycam. And we are looking at some clouds rolling by there, some dark skies here. And it's northeastern North Dakota where we are focused in on the potential for a tornado right now. Here's a look at the latest radar. You can see that we've got storms in the northern valley. That is certainly where the focus happens to be here this morning. And we're going to move up in that direction. A lot quieter in the south after the storms that blasted through earlier on this morning. So we've got this line of storms in northeastern parts of the state. And there's one segment that may be producing a tornado at this point where we have that warning. Lots of lightning here, so I'm going to take that lightning data off so we can take a closer look. This storm currently moving through the Cavalier, eastern Cavalier specifically, Pembina and southwestern Pembina and northern parts of Walsh County. Now we've got two boxes. One is in yellow. That's a severe thunderstorm warning labeled at the banner there, so you can make that out the two different warnings. And then the second is the pink one or purple one, and that one is a tornado warning for that particular segment within this line of storms because we've been watching it and we've been seeing some broad rotation going on with it. In addition to that, there have been reports coming in of some general rotation happening, even a rotating wall cloud for a while west of Cavalier spotted. So again, something to keep in mind, no reports of a tornado on the ground at this point in time. So this storm continues to move off to the east at about 40 miles per hour. So we're looking at several communities in the path of this storm, including the Grafton area, right along that Highway 66 area, and right along the county line between Pembina and Walsh counties right now. So we're looking at a regular radar view at the moment. I want to switch to a view to show us the winds and the movement of the winds. I'm going to turn off our warnings just to get a better view of the storm itself. And I'm going to turn on our storm relative velocities here. And you can see that, well, our warnings just popped right back on that with it. We'll take those off again here. You can see that there is some colorful images going on here. And what we always tell you is when you see green on this type of radar scan, it means that the rain and the hail are going toward the radar site, and red means they're going away. And the radar site's in Mayville, so this is to the south or southeast of these storms. And there are actually a couple of locations where I'm seeing potential for some rotation going on. Again, that report of that wall cloud west of Cavalier, you can see that there's some green showing up here, indicating again the radars to the south and east. Rain going in that direction, and then red going in the next direction. And when these are right next to each other, that's what we call a couplet. And that's when we are looking at the potential for some tight rotation happening. Not seeing that at the moment in this particular scan, but we can see that there is that broad rotation happening. Now, heading a little bit farther south on this line, you can see more hints of that in southern parts of Pembina County at this point in time, and even down into Walsh County, a little bit of rotation on some of these cells, some of these notches or kinks in the line that as it moves off to the east. So I'm going to switch back to our regular radar view so we can get that look, that overview of where this line happens to be. Again, we're looking at that warning that's in effect until 12:30, so another 15 minutes left on that warning here as it continues to move on. So in addition to the potential for a tornado, we're also talking about large hail. We could see hail on the order of $half size potentially with this storm. And in addition to that, there's always the potential for some gusty winds too. So just a reminder, if you're in the path of this storm, you want to take your precautions, head to your safe place in your home, lowest level into the interior part of your home, and do so now as this continues to move off to the east. And I'm going to track the entire line out for you, including that tornado warned area, just so we get a good idea of what we're looking at for the entire part here of northeastern North Dakota. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit more to make room for that storm track here. And then looking at that track here again, we're seeing that line. I'm just going to go down this far because this is where the most intense part of the storm happens to be. And at about 40 miles per hour, if I can measure this out correctly, We're looking at off to the east, we're looking at the Pembina area being impacted here in the next 15 minutes or so, Drayton as well. This could be hitting you maybe in about 30 minutes, maybe sooner than that. And then down toward the Cary area and again the Hoople area, seeing the potential for this storm hitting you. And of course, the tornado warned storm is the place of most tornado warned part of the storm is a place where we are most concerned at this point in time. But there are other areas where there's a little rotation, where we're seeing some strong winds and the potential for some hail. Speaking of hail, taking a look at our hail size detection. Again, there are several locations where you see purple there, where we may have some hail detected within the storm. But there's one spot specifically west of Park River where we're looking at the potential for hail that's of severe size, maybe closer to that 1 inch in diameter in that region. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch, it looks like, that has just been issued, and it's just crawling at the bottom of your screen right now. So that has been issued. I'm going to pull out here and show the entire valley. You can see that we're looking at, so once that map turns back to pink there, you can see it covers a good majority of the valley here, and we're looking at that potentially for Northern Valley and Southern Valley, even though we're only seeing severe storms right now into the northeastern corner of North Dakota at this point in time. So again, that warning has been issued and will be in effect, or rather watch will be in effect until 7 o'clock tonight. So pretty much everybody in the valley, we need to keep our eyes peeled for the potential for severe storms. And as we take a look at, it looks like our tornado warning just expired. It was canceled. The National Weather Service canceled the tornado warning. A good sign here that we're looking at the storm, perhaps, or at least that part of the storm no longer showing or exhibiting signs of tornadic activity going on. Again, no reports of any touchdowns, just simply that we've been seeing some rotation within that storm, and there's the potential that it could produce a tornado. So we've got the severe storm moving its way through Cavalier right now and extending down into southern parts of Pembina County. We're also experiencing some stronger parts of that storm too. Heading over to the Hoople area, Drayton eventually, or it's right over Hoople, Drayton eventually will see that storm hit you just north of Park River, but there's a line west of you that could be impacting you shortly. And the Grafton area too would want to watch out for this. But this extends all the way down to east of Devil's Lake, down to that Stump Lake area and east of there, heading toward Michigan in Nelson County. So again, tornado warning canceled. Great news there, but we still have that severe thunderstorm warning in effect for 10 more minutes. And as you see on the crawl at the bottom of your screen, we also have a severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued for the valley here today. So we're looking at conditions that are going to be getting a little more or a lot more unsettled as we're looking ahead to the rest of the afternoon and into the evening this evening too. Here's that watch box for the valley in blue there. So again, stay tuned. Good news is that that warning for the tornado was canceled, but we still have that severe thunderstorm warning. If anything new comes along, we'll be right back here to keep you updated. And keep in mind, we now have that tornado, or rather severe thunderstorm watch that's now in effect for the valley until 7 o'clock tonight for the threat for all modes of severe weather. We're looking at large hail probably being the greatest threat for us with this, but also strong damaging wind gusts and the potential for an isolated tornado as well, as we just saw with that warning. So we'll be monitoring this. We'll be keeping you updated right here on Valley News Live, the Valley News Live First Alert Storm Team app, and also on our Facebook and Twitter pages.